All right, here we go. All right, back again, man. What's going on? Get started here in a few minutes. All right, what's going on, Marcus? Got some got a lot of fights going on this week, man. So we got to talk about a lot of this stuff, man. Got to go down this fight calendar, man. So let me give y'all a few minutes here. Give myself a few minutes and I get started. We get started about the 5 minute mark. Of course, we got to talk about this Clarissa Shields thing. Fight is going down, man. Thursday, one day away from her MMA debut, man. So let me get situated right here. We can get started. Okay. Just 1 second, then we can get the rolling here. Man, a lot of fights, man. Not even Saturday, man. I'm talking about Thursday, Friday. Then, in fact, and then you add in Saturday, man. Just a lot of stuff going on. We got some bare knuckle fights coming up soon too. Like, I think like right around the corner, right? Like, I think in June. Hang on, y'all. We'll get going here in a minute. I don't know if you got a chance to see the press conference. I don't know if y'all got a chance to see the press conference, but yeah, we'll talk about that first. All right, and here we go. All right, y'all. So welcome back, everybody, to another live stream. Like I said, man, we got to come back and talk about a lot of the fights that are going on. I know I talked about some of this stuff on Monday, but I was on the go Monday, and I didn't get a chance to talk about everything. As far as what's going on. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We got PFL. Clarissa Shields making her debut on Thursday, which we'll talk about that first, against Brittany Elkin. I want to talk about just the press conference and in general about what Clarissa can expect, what Brittany Elkin can expect going into the fight. If y'all saw the interview or not post press fight, but the press fight before the fight. If y'all saw that, we can talk about that a little bit. And just what could happen in the fight. Like, what's the odds of Clarissa actually going in there and looking dominant? That's a big question too. Like, can Clarissa go in there and look as dominant as she did in her boxing debut? That's the question, right? So we'll talk about that. Then, of course, Bellator. Bellator has a card. What number is it? 260? I think this is Bellator 260, right? Let's see. Let me double check and make sure here while we're on here together here. Colton, what's going on? Ernest, what's up? Colton said people underestimate Clarissa's ability to learn quickly. Yeah, she can learn fast. Like, she's a fast learner, but it's MMA is such a different sport. Like, I understand, like, boxing, she has that ability to soak up so much and acquire so much throughout the years because it's one thing, it's one discipline. When you're talking about boxing, you can learn different styles throughout the course of I won't say a couple of months, but maybe like 6-7 months. But 6-7 months, you can mold somebody into a certain type of boxer. But 6 or 7 months, it's hard to mold somebody into a mixed martial artist, if that makes sense, right? So different game, man. Just a whole different planet. You know what I mean? When it comes down to it, if you're not familiar with jiu-jitsu, if you're not familiar with wrestling, different forms of wrestling. But yeah, all right. So yeah, PFL 4 on Thursday. Clarissa and Brittany Elkin. Then of course we got Bellator 260. I was right. Amanda Bell and Marina. What's her name? Makina. She's from Russia. That's a featherweight fight, the featherweight division. Then we got Vanessa Porto making her comeback. Against Alara Hawani. Flyweight fight. So yeah, we got 2 fights in Bellator. Then of course I want to talk about the Invicta FC Phoenix tournament with y'all. You know, in case you're not familiar, I'm gonna go down the list of Atomweights in that tournament and let y'all know how that kind of works out. You know, it's 8 women and a whole night of fights. You know, you just fighting different looks and different styles. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that Friday. And then of course, you know, Saturday we got UFC. We got Alexa Davis and Patty Kanzan and Lauren Murphy versus JoJo. A bunch of stuff, you know, like I said, we had to come back and talk about, man. Savage, what's going on, man? Yeah, man, shout out to Savage, you know, a.k.a. Robert Henry and Jason Rose, you know, running his Facebook page. Lions Den Women's Mixed Martial Arts Facebook page. You know, they've been grinding and just, you know, putting everybody's content up there and, you know, sharing everybody's views in the world of WMMA on this page. And they've reached, over 1,000 followers now. I'm included. You know, I'm one of the followers, of course. You know, so most of y'all are Marcus Bell, you know, BJ from No Filter MMA. We all follow this page. And, yeah, it's just a good page where you can get many different views from, you know, everybody across the world, you know, across the pond, because, you know, that's where Jason Rose is, right? You know, Jason Rose, everybody from around the world coming together with that one love, you know, WMMA. So I always appreciate you, you know, sharing my stuff up there. Cheers to you, man. Both of y'all. Y'all work hard at it, man. I mean, y'all stay on there. Y'all stay on there posting. I'm talking religiously, man. So it's much needed in the world just to let people know this many people are watching and, you know, following WMMA, you know, just like the bigger sports like boxing or the men in mixed martial arts, you know. You know, everybody got their page for like WWF and stuff like that, you know. So it's about time we got a page for, you know, women's mixed martial arts. But let me see here, y'all. Let's get started. So yeah, what did y'all think, man? What was y'all's reaction to Clarissa Shields and Brittany Elkin at the press conference? Because me, first off, I was just pulling up the press conference as I was talking to y'all, but I have to say, look, I like the fact that Clarissa's coming in there confident. You know, I'm glad that she's coming in there confident, but I hope she's not overlooking. I hope she's not really overlooking Brittany Elkin. You know, I agree with you, Colton, that, you know, she can learn fast. You know, she can definitely learn quickly, but, you know, like I said, it's a different world, and I hope that when she linked up with Jackson Wink, you know, when she linked up with their gym and, you know, everything that Holly Holm and John Jones has been putting in her head, they've been letting her know that, look, this is a dangerous sport. You know what I mean? Like, I hope they helped her through that transition and let her know that you can't really come in there with the same exact energy. You know, I like the fact she's confident, but, you know, I really wouldn't come into this game like Clarissa Shields and, you know, carry that same type of bravado. You know what I mean? Like, you really got to work. You know, you really have to work at it before you can just, you know, come out and bring that same type of confidence that you do in boxing, because, you know, people are going to be waiting for your downfall. You know, off top, people are going to be waiting for your downfall. And I will say that during the, you know, press conference, you know, she was answering a lot of the questions honestly, you know, when it came down to her striking, you know, her ground game, you know, everything she's talked about, you know, she was honest about it. And of course she was bringing that energy, like I said, whenever she was when she kind of bombed back, if you will, at Brittany Elkin's statement about stopping her, stopping her in the second round. Because first off, the first question, whenever I turned the interview on, the first question was, Brittany Elkin, are you really looking to stop Claressa Shields? Like, are you standing by that statement? Are you going to stop her in the second round? And she basically said, yeah, the first round is going to be a feel out round. Then the second round comes, she's going to take the fight to her and she plans on stopping her, which I think that's a bold statement. I think that is a bold statement for Brittany Elkin, because she's not really known as a striker, and, she's not really fast or good with her hands. I was thinking maybe, she was going to say, look, I'm going to introduce Claressa the right way. I'm going to take her to war. I'm going to take her into the water. I'm taking her down to the ground right away. Of course, she might not be one to give away her game plan, right? Maybe she was just saying that, just to kind of throw Claressa off, that she's going to try to trade with her. But Claressa, she came back and said, look, you ain't stopping me. First you say you going to stop me in the first round, which is it? And she said she's not even a serious fighter, which kind of not triggered me, but it kind of set my radar off whenever she said she's not even a serious fighter. She's not great at anything except jiu-jitsu. Well, everybody knows that being a grappler and having a ground game and being a BJJ practitioner, that can really nullify somebody coming in from the boxing world. You know what I mean? I say boxing world, but if you have good stand-up, all-around stand-up, you can nullify a grappler. But when it comes down to just a boxer, somebody who's fluid on the ground and that's their home, they know how to get takedowns, especially somebody like Brittany Elkin at this point. She should be a little bit up on her offense on how to get fighters to the ground, even with the record like 3-6. So yeah, going back to what Claressa said, like I wouldn't really say that. Whenever she called her not a serious fighter, you should never say that about a fighter, even with that type of record. You know what I mean? Like, we joke Roxanne Modafferi, and then I look at fighters like Randa Marcos. I respect Randa Marcos, who's like 10-10, and Sijara Eubanks is like 6-6. And again, Roxanne Modafferi, she's like 20 wins and like 17, 18 losses. I still take them fighters seriously. You know what I mean? Like, I still have to take them seriously. I can't say they're not great at anything, because, not everybody's going to be great or push themselves towards greatness. I think Claressa has to really take that into, perspective and look at what the girl's doing. Like, even look at the losses. You have to look at the losses and say, well, she did this, she was durable in this, and I still have to take her serious here. Because another thing that was brought up, like when Claressa brought it up herself, she said, look, I'm prepared. I've been training 7 months for this. All right, now you got to wait 7 months versus 12 years of MMA experience. You know what I mean? 12 years of being in the octagon. And again, even the casual fans, they might say, oh, Brittany Elkin's been in the game 12 years, but she's lost 6 times and she only won 3 times. But that's still more than Claressa Shields has ever experienced, right? That's still a lot more. And like I said, there's only so much you can take in 7 months. There's only so much you can take in 7 months. Especially when this was the first gym she found. Like, it wasn't like she was on the underground circuit and she came from working out, doing some stints in Thailand, working as a Muay Thai fighter, and came from the underground of these grappling tournaments. None of that. She just came straight from the boxing world. She came straight from the boxing world. So that is something that even her corner, even the people in her gym, they have to tell her that, look, we got to really make sure you're ready. Like, 3-6, don't underestimate that record. Let me check y'all out in the comment section. Hang on here. All right, let me see what y'all talking about. Let me go back up here. Marcus said, I know one thing. Brittany Elkin looks like she has the size advantage over Claressa. Yeah, she got the height. When it comes down to the size, I don't know if like she's just all around bigger, but she do got the wide shoulders and the height. But I was looking back at Brittany Elkin in there with Kayla Harrison. I was like, she's fit, but she just let Kayla walk all over in that fight, Colton said Clarissa's always confident. I think people should give her a chance, though. I really think she's going to surprise people. She knows how to humble herself and learn. She has great people around her. Savage, I like the confidence, but I'm worried that Clarissa might start biting off more than she can chew. Mr. Lee says she overconfident. That's what I was talking about. I don't know if she's overconfident. I don't know if she's overconfident. Like I said, that's just a part of her character. She brings that. But like I said, I just hope that she holds back on some of the energy that she had in boxing. When she comes over here to MMA, I want to see her take a little bit more of a humble approach because, like I said, the day you get choked out or the day you get armbarred, that's whenever you're going to be really, really bashed, if you will. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't come in with a humble mindset, it's going to change the whole game on you. The whole game will change on you. You've seen it with Ronda Rousey. Like, you're seeing it now with Kayla Harrison, like the way she's starting off. Of course, there are the fans of Kayla Harrison that, they respect her. But the hardcore fans that are really looking, they're like, yo, you're not ready for Amanda Nunes and so on, So for Clarissa Shields, I just kind of want to see her find that balance and, just keep working, just keep learning and keep working because, again, like I said, boxing is one sport. You can tackle it if you have that type of mind for it and you really, really want to learn this one discipline. But, in MMA, it's on the fly. It's on the fly thinking. It's everything. You can't come in with one discipline. You're always going to have to jump and switch gears. Savage said, yeah, clown Roxanne in the past when she goes to ultimate modest here. I'm concerned for her opponent every time. Right. Yeah, that's how it is. I mean, like, yeah, same with Roxanne. Like I said, like, she got that record, but everybody she takes on, I'm like, yeah, don't underestimate her. Vivian, she almost got a little scare in that fight. And then what she did to Anthony Shevchenko, so. TJ, what's going on? TJ said, what I'm confused about is that the fight was listed as an exhibition. If Clarissa loses, does it reflect on her pro record? It's not an exhibition. It's a non-tournament fight. You know how PFL does the tournaments for the lightweights, right? They're calling it's still a professional debut. It's a professional fight, TJ, but it's not part of the tournament. They're just trying to separate it from the tournament. Like, it's an exhibition within the professional league, if that makes sense. Basically, they're saying that she's not in the tournament. Her first fight is professional, but it's not in the tournament, TJ. That's all. So it's going to count for her record, definitely. Cole said, there's something for young athletes at an Olympic level like Ronda, Kayla, and Clarissa where they start to have this delusional belief that they're unstoppable. And then they run into a brick wall. It's possible, man. Like, I think so, man, because, like, I think it kind of depends on the person. I mean, the ones you named just seem to be, like, women, of course, right? Because, I've seen other fighters like, Andre Ward and other gold medalists and silver medalists come out of there, and they do well. Floyd Mayweather's a bronze medalist, and their mind frame was a little bit more humble, and they knew how to transition into the professional world. But yeah, like whenever Ronda came over, and even like Kayla Harrison, they came over like Kayla's still carrying that energy like she's the best, and she doesn't understand that, like, the higher levels you get to the Amanda Nunes and Chris Cyborgs, it's a hard road. Like, for Clarissa, it's going to be years to me before she could get on a level of Amanda Nunes, right? Like I said, it's good to be confident, but this world is different. Like, Amanda Nunes, to get to the level she's on right now, had to take L's and had to be humbled and had to be humiliated, But yeah, like I said, I'm hoping that Clarissa is taking her seriously, because I know, like I said, at the press conference, she did say, you're not even a serious fighter. and you're not great at anything except jiu-jitsu. Well, like I said, that's all it takes is that jiu-jitsu. But you got to take her seriously, man. I mean, she's done some things that you've never done before. Then you just have to factor in, again, 7 months versus 12 years of experience. And I was really surprised, too. Like, it really did turn out to be like just an interview based on her. Like, I wanted to see a balance here. Like, I wanted to see the media ask both fighters questions. You know, I wanted to see more there where we could hear more what Brittany Elkin had to say. Like, Brittany kind of looked like at a point, you know, she just had this look on her face like she was ready to go. You know, as Clarissa was talking and talking, like, Brittany kind of had that look like she was ready to go at a point because they weren't really asking her questions. I think maybe like 3 or 4 questions they asked her. I mean, she was short with some of her answers, but I was like, maybe if they asked her more, maybe she would bring out a little bit more of herself and a little bit more energy, because I wanted to see and hear what she had to say, like, in a technical manner, too. I know she wasn't going to give away her game plan, but I wanted to hear what Brittany was going to bring into this fight. You know, she's been out for a little while, right? And, you know, coming in with the 3-6 record, I want to know, like, what type of confidence you have going in there, knowing that Clarissa Shields is 0-0. You know, she has she has a lot behind her right now. And you coming in, kind of introducing her to the sport, I really wanted to hear more of what she had to say. But yeah, like mostly the media, they were just asking Clarissa questions. Like, they probably didn't even really know who Brittany was. So, which they had to go back and do their research, in my opinion, man. It's like, come on, like, Mr. Lee said, I hope it goes the distance so we have more to talk about. Yeah, if it goes the distance, that's going to be interesting. Like, I wonder what kind of a fight it's going to be if it goes the distance. Like, off top, we know, like Clarissa said last night, is you will see her transition her boxing over into becoming a stand-up striker. You know, she's definitely going to transition into a striker. You know, she said you will see that difference, you know, and I could tell it was something new to her because, you know, she said it was kind of different. It was kind of something new as far as how you connect, how you get in, get out with your strikes, how you have to be more lighter on your feet. You can't stand in the pocket. I think it's going to be interesting, you know, seeing her make that transition. Like, she was never really like a very, very fast, light on her feet fighter in boxing. So we're going to see if she can translate that into mixed martial arts. You know, Holly Holm was much lighter on her feet, you know, quicker with her hands and more of an athletic style. So I want to see if Clarissa can bring that to her fight tomorrow night. And she also talked about being taken down. You know, she said she was taken down multiple times, and she's been kicked in the face already, you know, so she's getting used to certain things. And I think they kind of know that you can't learn to be a grappler overnight. So I think, like she said, when the cage is closed, they would work constantly on her jiu-jitsu, but they was constantly working on her takedown defense. You know, they were kind of saying, getting around to that her takedown defense has to be on point. You know, that's the main thing she has to work on as a boxer coming into mixed martial arts. And that's what I say about every boxer, every stand-up fighter. Like, you can't turn into a wrestler overnight, or you can't turn into, you know, a jiu-jitsu practitioner overnight. So you really have to work on your takedown defense when you first get into the game. So I don't see Clarissa, you know, transitioning over into some like high-level grappler anytime soon, you know, like. So her main focus is going to have to be takedown defense. Same as Joanna, you know, work on the takedown defense. You know, same thing we're saying for Marina Rodriguez. If you want to be a striker, you need to have takedown defense. You know, your takedown defense has to be on point. And I think that's something they're really working on. So I think that's what the type of fight we're going to see from her. You know, she is going to be a striker in this fight. I think we're going to see her throwing some kicks, but I think even with the kicks, we're going to see her have to kind of grow into that. because again, she's not a Muay Thai fighter, so we won't see her translate kicks into this fight. We're going to see her throwing more strikes. So we're going to have to see Claressa going in there jabbing more. She's going to have to be throwing jabs and throwing her right hands. Let me check this comment section. Miss Lisa, I hope it goes the distance. Yeah. TJ, if Claressa doesn't dominate or if it's close, it's game over for Claressa's MMA career. I get what you're saying there, yeah, because that's kind of a good point, man. Like, I think with the hype they're putting behind Claressa right now, and like I said, you bringing in the energy of unstoppable, being unstoppable like you were in boxing. If you don't dominate and you don't close it, people are going to judge you, especially in the MMA world. It's going to be different because MMA fans are different than boxing fans. I think that, yeah, if you don't look spectacular in there, they will say something. The minute she gets taken down, people are going to start saying, oh, we got it. She's going to get choked out her next fight. You know what I mean? Which we can expect to see her probably get taken down in this fight, right? I mean, if Brittany Elkin is really going to want to introduce her to the game, like she says, and she wants to stop her, I think it's safe to say that Brittany Elkin is probably going to take her down, right? Or at least try to. So, yeah, you got to look dominant or, people will start judging. But I think she just got to go in there and be her and try to win. Like me just as a fan just watching, the sport, and it's her first fight. I think she just needs to go in there and, get the W and take it as a learning experience. Because like I said, an L in WMMA or MMA is not really like the end of the world. Everybody loses their first fight. So you can't really just go in there and say somebody's awful because they got choked out. No, that's different. Like, it's not like boxing. You get hit with a left hook. Maybe you have a weakness to keeping your hand down, keeping one of your hands down. So keeping your right hand down, excuse me. You got a weakness to keeping your hand down. If you don't ever perfect that, then you probably always gonna get knocked out. But when it comes to the world of MMA, there are certain things you can change up. Like I said, if you're not good on the ground, you gotta work on your takedown defense. If you're not like or the opposite, like I was gonna say, the opposite. If you not good on your feet, then you need to be a better wrestler. That might be why you lose a fight. So there's always a way to kind of change things up, even though there's more to learn in the world of MMA. That's why you see some fighters, like I said, lose their first fight, but they still go on to be great, or they go on to continue with a successful career. Zhang Wei Li lost early on in her career, right? Then she went on like a 21 fight winning streak. Cyborg lost her first fight. Continues to just dominate now. So it all depends on what look you haven't seen. So I think if Claressa was to lose, you just go back to the drawing board and say, okay, this is what we need to work on, right? But I know what you're talking about, TJ, like how they would see it, TJ said, I'm going to say, I hope Elkin submits her in one. Wow. He said, not a Shields fan at all. Colton, don't you think the Winklejohn Gym was the best possible place for Claressa? I don't know. Like, I can't say it was the best. I mean, there's a lot of gyms out there. I really think it just depends on who she who she can mesh well with. I can't really say, like, we're going to have to see what she looks like in this fight, or maybe after a couple fights. Like, I can't say it was the best possible choice. It was the first gym that reached out to her, she said. Like, in an interview a while back, she said that she didn't even have a gym yet. I think when she signed the contract, she didn't even have a gym yet. When she signed the PFL, she didn't have anywhere to train. So I think John Jones had hit her up and told her to come down. I think they were going to fly her down or something like that. Yeah, they flew her down, and, she joined the gym. So it was kind of like, her first choice. So I'm just saying, like, first choice doesn't always mean it's the best, but we'll see. We'll see what it looks like. Mr. Lee said, I never seen a women's lightweight fight. Really? You never seen Kayla Harrison's fights before? I mean, if you've seen any of Kayla Harrison's fights or you've seen any of the PFL fights, then you have seen a lightweight fight. But yeah, if you haven't seen PFL yet, then you haven't. Now, TJ said you can't beat a somewhat below fighter coming out of retirement. It's over. Right. Right. Yeah, you got to look good in this fight. Because let me go back to what I was. Oh, Robot Chickens. What's up, man? What's going on, Robot Chicken? Chicken Wings. And what's going on, Stamina? Let me see. That's what I wanted to bring up. Like, how long has it been since Elkin's last fight? I wanted to look at that real quick. Because I wanted to see what type of ring rust, octagon rust she got to shake off. Oh wow, yeah. I brought this up a while back, man. She's been on the grappling circuit. Oh man, so she might be ready, man, as far as the grappling. All right, so let's look at her record here real quick, right? Brittany Elkin is 3-6. All right, she's been fighting since 2014 professionally. Fighting in the amateurs since 2011. All right. So she's been around, the world of mixed martial arts for a good, like she said, 12 years. I mean, her record goes from amateur to professional. That's a good 10 years. But her professional record, first fight was in 2014, which she won her first fight. She lost 2 in 2014. Then she beat Gabrielle Holloway in 2015. Okay. 3-6. So let me see where her career stopped at. She went on a 3-fight losing streak to Amanda Bell, who she lost to twice. Kayla Harrison, and then another fighter. And her last fight was January 19th of 2019, right? So she's been inactive in the octagon for 2 years. All right, for 2 years. But she's been on the grappling circuit for the past year. All right, in the past year, she's been on the grappling circuit. All right, from 2020, she's been busy. She's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 grappling matches, 7 grappling bouts in the year 2020. Let's see, and she is 1, 2, 3, 4. She's 4-3 in those grappling bouts. Drop something. Hang on. There you go. So she's been busy. She's been out of the octagon for 2 years, but she's been on the grappling circuit. So she may not have been in an MMA fight, but she's been on the ground. So that is something to look out for. 3-6 in MMA, but 4-3 in her grappling bouts. Active last year. Very active year for her. So don't overlook that. We can't overlook that. So what she's been doing on the grappling circuit, yeah, best believe she's going to be taking it into this fight with Clarissa, right? For sure, man. So that is something she's going to have to look out for, So going into this first fight, Clarissa Shields, she's not going to be trying to wrestle. She's not going to be trying to grapple right away. So we can't expect to see that right away. She's not going to be looking like Kayla Harrison in there doing judo and slamming. She's going to be doing the opposite of what Kayla Harrison does. Kayla Harrison's weak at striking. You're going to see Clarissa in there jabbing more, throwing a jab in the face, throwing straight right hands, maybe even throwing a few leg kicks. We'll see, because 155, don't expect to see these girls moving fast as girls at 115 or 125. You know what I mean? So you're going to see these strikes come at a more economical pace. Clarissa's going to be in there picking her shots more. So that's going to be openings for Brittany Elkin to try to time or maybe even put the pressure on Clarissa and try to get those underhooks and press her to the cage. That's another thing. Clarissa's never really been pressed to the cage. She might have been on the ropes before, but being pressed to the cage, that's like a different story. You're going to have the head in the chest. What the referees in boxing, they break up. You're not going to be broken up like that in MMA. So the paces are going to be intense, right? Because, remember that in boxing. Like boxing, you tie somebody up, you clinch with him for a little while, you kind of rub your head on him. The referee, he'll eventually break it up because he wants y'all to get back to fighting the way you're supposed to with your hands, right? But in the world of MMA, this is something she's going to be having to deal with. Like, you can't look to the ref unless it's like a stalemate. The referee is going to be just there in case there's an illegal blow. So Clarissa's going to be dealing with the head in the chest, foot stomps, knees to the thighs, all of that. It's going to be intense for her first fight. So if Brittany Elk is bringing that type of energy, it's going to be a rough night where, Clarissa, like she said, after training, her body going to be hurting everywhere, especially after a real fight, right? After the real deal go down. Mr. Lee said, I understand Elkin broke her arm in her last MMA fight. Oh, like 2 years ago? Yeah. Yeah. Marcus said, one question remains for me is if Clarissa come into MMA just to prove a point, or is she trying to chase greatness in MMA, taking the sport seriously? It's hard to say. I mean, it might be a mixture of chasing greatness and getting respect, because she said that. Like, of course, what a person thinks, we don't know, but what she puts out there is about chasing greatness and getting more money. Getting more money. She says she wants to hit the millions. That's a big part of it. So I can see why she made the move, because there is not much respect for women's boxing, and we don't really get a lot of great boxing matches, and for women. So I definitely understand why, after cleaning out divisions, she's ready to come over here, but it's dangerous to just do it for money. I hope she is chasing greatness more so. Yeah, TJ. Yeah, that's what Marcus is, right? All right. So, does the casual fan overlook Lauren Murphy? I think they do. I mean, I think the casual fan overlooks Lauren Murphy. Like, they don't know what she's gonna bring to the table. Yeah. But yeah, man, talked about Clarissa a little bit longer than I wanted to. Damn, I've been on here 40 minutes already. I'm a, I don't know, man. Let me think here for a sec. Who do y'all got? Who do y'all got in this fight? I gotta go do something real quick. I'll be gone for like 2 minutes. Let me fix something real quick. And Jason Rose, what's up, man? All right, who y'all got? Answer that question for me in the chat. I'll be right back. Who do y'all got, Clarissa or Brittany? Hang on 1 second. Clarissa or Brittany? That's the question. I'll be back. All right, I'm back. Okay. I guess nobody. Okay. So who's picking Brittany and who's picking Clarissa? Colton said I'm bailing on you. Yeah, I gave you a question to answer, Colton, and you ain't even answer it, so forget it. I didn't think this was that hard of a question. Who do y'all got, Clarissa or Brittany? Come on now. I want to know. I want to know the odds on what y'all are thinking before I jump to this next topic here. Coach said I bailed on y'all. I will bail. I will bail if you don't answer. Um, let's see. All right, Marcus said I'm leaning towards Elkin, but Clarissa might have a chance if the fight stays standing. Then again, about 80% of the time, the grappler always wins against a striker. Okay. He's leaning towards Elkin. Mr. Lee's got Elkin. Savage got Elkin. He's got his bailout right there. He said, don't be surprised if Shields wins. TJ said, I wanted to be Elkin because Clarissa is too arrogant for my taste. Colton said, I believe in Clarissa. Y'all are way too hard on her. Shields versus Elkin. Someone's getting TKO. TKO to submit it. I'll be surprised if this goes the distance. All right. There you go. Okay. I'm going to go with Clarissa in this fight. I'm gonna go with Clarissa Shields by TKO or a decision. She's either gonna stop her with her hands, or it might be a big learning experience for Clarissa where she goes the distance. It's not gonna be pretty. Like if Clarissa never lands anything in this fight to do damage, I think it will go three rounds, and it's gonna be some ugly moments in there. Because you're gonna see Clarissa trying to get used to trying to fend off a takedown, so it's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be a pretty fight. First off, you're gonna see Clarissa in there trying to throw kicks in her very first fight and trying to fend off takedowns. Like I said, fighting off the fence maybe a little bit, and you might see her on her butt a few times. As far as like getting taken down and just having to, like push towards the fence. You might see some of that. So with that, I think if Clarissa can keep it standing, maybe 1 or 2 rounds, I can see her, using her jab in this fight, because Brittany Elkin is big. She's a big fighter. She's 5'11", and she is tall. She's wide, but she's not really like dominant with that height. Like surprisingly, she's not really dominant with that height and size. She got 3 inches on Clarissa, but Clarissa's fought big girls before, so I don't really see that size really playing in the factor too much. So I can see Clarissa. I can see her winning this fight. I'm gonna go with Clarissa in this one. But yeah, if it goes to the ground, I won't be surprised if she was to get submitted. Like, if she got submitted by an arm bar, I'd be like, hey, thanks to all that grappling throughout the last year for Brittany Elkin, right? I would be actually, in a way, like Brittany Elkin, she seems to have more pressure than Clarissa, in my opinion, because Brittany Elkin is the MMA fighter, right? So if she's to lose, it's like, yo, come on, Brittany, what are you doing? Like, you got years and years of experience, and you let an 0-0 fighter beat you? What does that say about you, right? So the pressure in some ways is on Clarissa because, she's the bigger name and she's the boxer. But remember, she's the boxer. Like, she can still go back to boxing. But Brittany Elkin, this is your chance to make yourself a name by beating Clarissa Shields, even though she's not a big name in MMA yet, right? So I think Brittany Elkin should have some pressure on her because you are the fighter with experience and the grappling experience. You know, last year was a busy year for you in grappling, so you should be able to go in there and take this fight to the ground. But we'll see, though. We'll see because, like I said, fighters like Kayla Harrison, they dominated. You know, they disrespected. They pushed their way in and stopped her. Amanda Bell, Amanda Bell did it. So when I factor all that in and just the energy that the fighter is carrying, I'm going to go with Clarissa, though. Yeah, I'm going to go with Clarissa by stoppage or decision. I think I'm the only one picking Clarissa, right? No. Colt is picking Clarissa. I'm going with Clarissa, man. I'm sorry. I think she's strong. I think she's a fast learner. And I think something just clicked in me to make it back it up even more. Like, Clarissa is a strong fighter, but she's also a fast learner. So whatever she learns fast enough, I think she can be better in what she learns, maybe even in one or two things. It's going to be better than what Brittany Elkin's bringing. Because, again, Brittany Elkin, I feel like she's too slow for Clarissa. And if she can't get her hands on Clarissa, and Clarissa perfected her jab and perfected her striking enough to get out of the way, Clarissa can make this a easy striking night, But I'm telling you from here, though, like, even with this win, the road's going to get tougher and tougher, man. The road's going to be harder. There's not too many fighters you can feed her at this level. She's on PFL now, so, they're going to be expecting her to be in there with some bigger names at some point. Yeah. Mary Thomas, what's up? Yeah, I think that's about it as far as everybody's pick, right? So Elkin might have gotten a couple of bucks to take it easy. Can't put it past an MMA organization to do that. That's a possibility too, TJ. Colton said, yes, Clarissa's going to turn some heads. Apparently, I don't get how people have zero faith in her. She's an Olympic athlete. Yeah, I don't have zero faith in her. Like, I never said I don't. I mean, I know you're talking about everybody else, but no, like, the possibility is there. Like, if Holly, now, well, I won't say if Holly did it. That's different because Holly did have the kickboxing background and so on, and the wrestling background. So Holly's a different story. But if Clarissa has the mindset on becoming an MMA fighter for real, then yes, she could do it. She's still young too. Sad thing is that even if Shields beats Elkin, it's not like she'd be ready for anyone else, right? Fights 50-50. The journalists, MMA Junkie, have all picked Shields to win. Who else are they going to put? Clarissa. Yes, I am all the way Clarissa. You think John Jones and Holly Holm are going to let her down? Well, that's not really a question. I mean, Colton, I'm glad that you're all the way for Clarissa, but I mean, you can only do so much for somebody. It's in their hands to be the best they can be. It's not like they're going to go in there and let her down, but that's not really going to outweigh her getting the win. Brittany Elkin, the possibility of Brittany Elkin pulling an upset, it's not going to outweigh that. Toss Tabitha Ricci in there next for that Sharapova girl Murphy fought. That's where you dealing with Clarissa right now. Right. So yeah, nobody except me and Colton are picking Clarissa to win this fight. Everybody is picking. We'll let you know, like, it lets you know what people are looking at, though. Everybody's looking for something different. I mean, well, the media, MMA Junkie, they're gonna pick Clarissa, just based off of her name. But the hardcore fans, they're really gonna be looking into it. And as a hardcore fan, I'm trying my best to analyze, and I'm not ruling out a submission win for Brittany Elkin, but that's the only way she's gonna win to me is by taking the fight to the ground. But if Clarissa keeps it standing, I got to go with Clarissa in this fight. Not gonna be pretty though. Mary said, "What weight? 155. 155. I know Ernest Richardson. He's picking Elkin too. So yeah, that's 2 for Clarissa. Just me and Colton. That's it. And I think Mary said, I think Clarissa can win. You know, so T just said, of course, when you ask most people for their pick, they'll tell you who they want to win. Well, I'm hoping that you pick smart, though. I mean, picking who you want to win is different. I'm not asking who you want to win, really. I mean, you don't like Clarissa, so TJ, you're gonna pick Elkin. So your feelings are gonna get in the way of your actual analysis, right? So whenever somebody tells me, "Oh, I don't like Clarissa," or tells me they don't like this and that, it's gonna be hard for me to take their analysis seriously. Like, I ain't got nothing against Brittany Elkin. Like, I like Clarissa too, but I'm just picking Clarissa based off of what I think she can learn and bring to the table. And I think everybody, yeah, like I said, is just basing it off of that. Like, I was hoping somebody would kind of break it down for me while they think. Brittany Elkin to win. Brittany Elkin is feeling no pressure coming out of retirement. If she loses, she can go back into retirement. Shields is under extreme pressure. The PFL is hyping her up. Colton, I think people have this stereotype about boxing, people stepping into MMA, and I think Clarissa is already aware of that and doing the work to really learn and humble herself. I hope so, man. I hope so. Yeah, because, yeah, you know, me, hardcore boxing fan, I know it's a different world. You know, I know it's definitely a different world. And, yeah, you got to humble yourself to that. It's just different. It's different. But let's jump off this fight. So, yeah, majority of people are picking Brittany Elkin. I think Clarissa will do it. What else we got? So, Bellator 260. We got some fights coming up for Bellator 260. Let me see. Let me pull them up and talk about this for a little bit. I just fill y'all in on the fights. I ain't really gonna break these things down. Nuts. Wait a minute. Where is it? There it is. All right. Right there. All right. Okay. Slideshows. Okay. CJ said, I want Elkin to win. Now, if I'm analyzing skill, it all depends on where the fight goes and how soon it goes there. Elkin got to get it to the ground immediately. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I want to hear stuff like that, TJ. You know that. Like, whenever everybody just starts saying, I hate this girl's stupid, that's why I want this girl to win. I don't want to hear that. Like, I mean, it's funny to hear on y'all's part, but you know how I do, man. I want to hear some facts over here. You know, I want to hear why you think this person's going to win. Like, not liking a girl because she cocky is one thing. You're like, that's not going to tell me anything. So, yeah, that's what I want to hear. It just depends. It depends. Like, yeah, if she gets it to the ground immediately, then you know it's her fight. Yeah, Savage. That's how it is with pretty much every fight. Savage. That's how it is with about every fight, you know. But I break them down somehow. I don't know what's about to happen in every fight. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen in this JoJo Lauren fight. But that's the fun of actually analyzing what you know, right? Of course, there are some fights you for damn sure know what's gonna happen. Like I told y'all what would happen with what's her name, Montefiore and Tabitha Ricci. You know, some people were saying Tabitha Ricci had a chance, but I said okay. I said yeah, sure. I was like, you know, this girl's moving up to flyweight from strawweight. There's some fights that are just guaranteed, you know, but there's others we don't know what's gonna happen. Jason Rose can Shields KO Elkins in 4-ounce gloves? See, that's a good question. Now, I brought that up in my video. I think the possibility is there. She might be able to KO her because who knows? Like, these smaller gloves might really showcase Clarissa's power. You just don't know, right? This might really showcase her power. The way she turns her strikes over, they might be even more effective. Like, having these type of gloves, she might be able to really generate the power, especially being at 155. You might see Clarissa's power a little bit more dominant here, or a little bit more pronounced. So the possibility is there. Like, I'm picking Clarissa by either TKO, but hey, TKO or a decision, effective striking, good punches landed. I think it's possible. CJ said, does she KO anyone? She's KO'd 2 people in boxing, of course, but MMA is a different thing. That's why we were factoring in gloves, TJ. That's why he brought up the fact. He said 4-ounce gloves. That's different than like 8-ounce and 10-ounce gloves. Gloves are going to make a big difference depending on how, she generates that power and how she turns her punches over. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. Yeah, so Bellator 260 is going down, man. I didn't even know Vanessa Porto was coming back this fast. So we got 2 fights right here, as y'all can see. Bellator 260 got Amanda Bell and Marina. Somebody pronounced that. Nakina. We'll just call her Marina. So Amanda Bell is a fighter that has 2 wins over Brittany Elkin. So we got that featherweight fight going down. Then we got the return of Vanessa Porto versus Alara Helwani. Vanessa Porto is fighting at one. Damn, this is at 128. It's a contract weight fight. See, Vanessa Porto should just be able to turn right back around at 125, I thought. She hadn't fought too long ago. And Alara Helwani, when was her last fight? Let me see. Alara Helwani. Oh, yeah, she lost to Watanabe. Watanabe stopped her back in 2019, December of 2019. So, Helwani, she's been out of the octagon for a year and a half. All right, so we'll see how this fight goes. I really don't have a pick in this fight. We'll see how it goes, though. I was expecting Vanessa Porto to make a big statement against Liz Carmouche, but just kind of went through the motions in that fight. Let's see. So we got this fight and this fight, Bellator 260. And, of course, what I'm really looking forward to Friday is the Invicta FC Phoenix tournament. And this is the Atomweight matchup. This is going to be good, y'all. They got some good fighters in this one. They actually had somebody be switched out, but this is going to be a good card. If y'all not familiar with Invicta FC, you can watch their card on their YouTube channel now, Invicta FC's YouTube channel, their Facebook page. They're on Access TV. Yeah, I downloaded the app. You can actually watch it for free on the app. So yeah, Friday, June 11th at 8 o'clock. We got Invicta FC, another card. That's what I'm talking about, man. And these tournaments are good, man. These tournaments, I like how they do. You know, they got these fighters fighting different styles all night, and you know they're 1-round fights. So you know the pressure's on the fighter to really, you know, go in there and make a big statement. You know, you seen Brianna Van Buren go in there and win it. You seen Tanisha Tennant go in there and win it. Miranda Maverick, she went in there and won it. And when it comes down to these tournaments, man, you really got to be smart. Like, it's all about, you know, being smart in these fights, not just going in there and blowing your load in one fight. You know what I mean? You got to go in there and kind of fight at a good pace, because remember, the last fight is a 3-round fight. You know, the last round is a 3-round fight. So you wind up fighting like, let me see. Let me count how many fights you'll wind up with if you make it to the end. Fight a total of what, 4 fights, I'm gonna say, or 3 fights. Hang on one second, because you should won that one. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you wind up fighting 4 fights a night. You got to fight 4 fights in one night. Basically, you're fighting 6 rounds, because the first 3 fights are 1-rounders. Then you fight the 3-round fight for it all. Yeah, so, sorry, hold on. You fight 3, sorry. You got to fight 5 rounds total and 3 different opponents. So let me see. Let's pull this up. So this is the card. We got 8 fighters. Let's go down the roster here. You got Jessica Del Boni, who, in my opinion, won the Atomweight Championship. She should be the Atomweight champion right now. You know, I feel like Jessica Del Boni did enough to win that fight, man. I mean, we talked about it. I talked about it many a time, and I broke it down, and I felt like Jessica Del Boni did enough to win. So she's in the tournament. So hopefully she can secure a rematch. Hopefully this gets her back in there with Elisa Zapatella, right? So got Jessica Del Boni. Then you got Tabitha Watkins in here. I seen a couple of her fights a while back. Yeah, I follow her on Instagram. You know, she's still an up-and-coming fighter. Let me see. Let's pull up her record. I think I seen her fight in Invicta. Was it like LFA a couple times? She always at Atomweights. Let's see. It was Bellator. Yeah. Lindsey Van Zant beat her like a couple years ago. Yeah, so you got Tabitha Watkins. She's actually on a 3-fight losing streak right now. So we'll see how much changes she's made to the game. So Paulina Granados, seen some of her amateur fights. You know, she rolls with Angela Hill and Beck Rollins and those fighters. That's who she trains with. Really trains with Angela Hill a lot now. Those fighters like Jessica Panay. So let's see, she's gonna be fighting in there too. 105, and of course y'all know Lindsey Van Zant. Pretty good fighter, you know, good stand-up fighter. She challenged Elisa Zapatella too. I felt like she won that fight. You know, she also lost a split decision to Elisa Zapatella, and I don't know what it is, man. Like, Elisa can really skate by with these split decisions. Like, I watched this fight twice, and I felt like, you know, Lindsey did enough to win. I mean, I thought she did. You know, I thought she did for real. So, okay, so you got Lindsey Van Zant. You got Linda Mikhailik. I've seen her fight a couple times. She looks pretty big for atomweight. I don't know about y'all. She looks pretty big for atomweight. Let me see. When was the last time she fought? Yeah. I remember seeing her fight in Invicta like a couple years ago. That was her last fight. About a year ago against Jillian DeCourcy. Yeah, seen her fight a couple times. You know, she's 2-1, still up and coming. Yeah, she looks like a big atom weight though, man. But she's only like 5'3", so. Okay, Katie Perez and Jillian DeCourcy. And who else? Marissa Messer. So yeah, those are the 8 girls in the tournament. And like I said, it's gonna be good, man. It's good to see them actually trying to put together this tournament to see who's the next challenger here, man. I mean, everybody should be challenging Jessica Del Boney, right? That's how I feel. You know, Jessica did have that belt. I think whoever wins this, man, they might be the one to take that belt this time. I think everybody's pretty much seen what they could do to Elisa Zappitella. And I think whoever goes in there and wins this, they might be the one to take it. Like I said, Lindsey Van Zant, she was going on IG, man, and she was like, yo, y'all need to put up and say, look, Elisa needs to give me a rematch. You know, she was like calling out Elisa Zappitella heavy. You know, Lindsey said, look, I won that fight. I won it. That's the same thing Jessica Del Boney needs to do, though. You know, she needs to be like, I won that fight. You know, let me get my rematch. Forget the tournament. Put me in the rematch, right? Because I think Jessica Del Boney, she did everything but knock her out to win that fight, in my opinion. You know? But let's see. So yeah, that's going down Friday. Definitely gonna watch that. 8 o'clock. But yeah, whole card's gonna be on YouTube. You know, that's even better. So if you don't feel like downloading the app, you can just watch it on their YouTube channel, man. All right. So what else we gonna talk about today, man? Let's see. Get it in before fight night. So Thursday, we got PFL, Invicta on Friday, Bellator on Friday. And then you got Penny Kianza versus Alexis Davis. UFC 260, 3, right? You know, Penny Kianza, man, she goes in there and bangs, though, man. She's a boxer. She can throw them hands, man. And I think that this is another one of those fights you're going to see some toe-to-toe action in here. Alexis Davis, you know, her one thing is to go in there and just, you know, show heart. I mean, she's really, like, stepped her game up since she's moved back up to 135. You know, Alexis Davis has definitely looked a lot stronger, you know, in her last fight out. And I'm just glad that she left flyweight, you know, because she was in the rankings for a while and hadn't even fought. And then her next fight was at 135, in which she beat Sabina Mazo, right? And I was just glad to see her move out of that division because I was like, you know, this is probably the best weight for her. You know, she's already like, I want to say 36, 37. And, you know, the older you get, it's going to be harder to kill yourself to make that weight. So going into this fight with Penny Kianza, though, I got to say I favor Penny in this fight, man, because, you know, like I said, Penny, she's got fast hands. You know, she's a good stand-up fighter. And I think what she would do in this fight is kind of similar to what Viviane Araújo was able to do to Alexis Davis. Unless Alexa, you know, takes this fight to the ground, you know, which is going to be her best bet. You know, she's a much stronger wrestler than Penny. So I think that's going to be what Alexis Davis is going to have to do in this fight. Oh, man. Let me see. But, yeah, we need to talk about this Lauren fight. Everybody want to talk about this Lauren fight here. Oh, hold on. Let me see what y'all chatting about real quick. TJ said, when has Murphy not seemed to want a title shot? Jason Rose said, Murphy versus JoJo. Who really wants this win with the prize being a one-way ticket to Valentina? Both in the past haven't looked too enthusiastic to fight the champion. Yeah, I agree with that, Jason. Like, nobody's really been like wanting it. Like, I recently just heard Cynthia Calvillo say she wants to eventually fight the champion. You know, Lauren, last time out, she could have had a title eliminator, but it seemed like, she was kind of held back. She held back, and didn't take that fight that could have led to it. So I can kind of see that, like, nobody else has really been screaming for it. I mean, she's on a winning streak right now, but I don't see the winning streak. I don't see that winning streak energy like I did with Carla Esparza. Carla Esparza, she wants it, man. She wants it. She's really calling for it, and she wants it now. And she's got the wins to back it up. Like, yeah, she's really calling somebody out. But, yeah, I don't see the same energy with some of these flyweights in the top 10, man. Savage said, yeah, I got red pain. Nice stamina would say. Yeah, man. Hold on. What Mary said, wow, 5'3" is a big atom weight. I don't think I've ever make it down there, but could definitely could make strawweight and flyweight though. Yeah, 5'3". That is well, I want to say Lindsey Van Zandt is like, she's tall and slim. Like, she's long and slim, but is she 5'2"? Let me check. Because Michaela, yeah, 5'3". Yeah, Lindsey Van Zandt's 5'2", so yeah, she's a small frame. Like, so yeah, she's got the frame of like an atom weight. Carla's like 5'1". Yeah. TJ crazy. No, man, I'm watching her fight. Like, when I'm watching her is when she's not talking. So I'm not talking about an accent, man. I'm watching her fight. And everybody has those fighters they watch that like to just like bang and throw down, Genesis, what's up? Genesis Green, what's going on? Hey, Genesis. But yeah, I'm gonna go with, in this fight with Panny and Alexa, I'm gonna go with I think, like I said, I'm gonna go with Panny. I think, like I said, her hand speed, and I think her defense is better. She throws some nice punches and she knows how to get out of the way. And if you got like zero defense, she will bang and get out. She'll make sure she lands and gets out. She's not gonna really go toe to toe. I mean, she could take a shot every now and then, she will, but I think her movement, her footwork is much better. Where I think she'll kind of do what Viviana Araujo did. But, Alexis Davis, if she uses that timing and gets it to the ground, boom, it's going to be a tough fight then. Alexis Davis is looking strong, man. And, she's been looking better with her wrestling. So it's her game if she gets it to the ground. Okay, anyways, JoJo and Lauren Murphy. All right, so whoever wins this fight supposedly gets the title shot, right? That's what we're hoping, right? We're hoping that somebody can go ahead and get lined up and get this title shot. So Lauren Murphy, let's take a look at her stats right now. Let's see what she can do. Lauren Murphy, 14-4. Pretty big flyweight, 5'5", 68-inch reach advantage. I think 68-inch reach. I won't say she has a full advantage because JoJo, I think, is like 67 or 66. But yeah, she's 37 years old now, and she's on her 4-fight winning streak. So I know going into this fight, Lauren's going to be coming in there with that energy that, hey, if I get this fight, I should be getting that title shot. So if she was to go in here and win this fight, she needs to make sure that that's all she wants next, right? She needs to say, look, I want the title shot next. Same as Carla. Carla went on her 5-fight winning streak. Say it. You got to say it. That's all you want. So Lauren, let's see who all she beat. She beat Mara Romero Barella. She beat Andrea Lee, that was a close fight. I could have seen that going to Andrea Lee, I ain't going to lie. and she dominated Roxanne Modafferi. Then she beat Shakarova, which everybody knows that girl was a strawweight. So she's got her 4-winning streak, and now she's going in there against JoJo Calderwood, who is coming off a win over, what's her name? Jessica Ai, right? It's another fight, man. Like, it's really tough to call for me. I know Stamina said he doesn't see JoJo having any way of winning. I can see JoJo winning this fight. I can see either one winning this fight. It's a close fight because it really comes down to who's really going to make adjustments in this fight. Because if you look at the stand-up match between Lauren Murphy and Andrea Lee, in which I felt like Andrea Lee did edge out that fight, like Lauren Murphy got hit with some big punches in there. She got hit with a mixture of everything. Like, Lauren Murphy wanted to box in that fight. Like, she was throwing hands, but Andrea Lee was throwing hands and kicks. She was landing to Lauren Murphy's body nicely, with some nice kicks, nice side kicks to the body. And she wasn't mixing it up enough in that fight, in my opinion. She was throwing a lot of headshots, going for the head, and not throwing that many kicks. And I think if you're a stand-up fighter like JoJo that's going to be coming with the Muay Thai style, I think she's going to be mixing more levels up on Lauren Murphy, and both fighters, I'd say their defense is, I'd say their defense is like a C+. That's just their style. They don't mind taking big punches. They don't mind taking shots like that. Honestly, I think their defense is like a maybe B- or a C+. Or maybe even JoJo's, because like I said, she doesn't really move her head a great deal. So they're both there to be hit. So I think coming down to it in this fight, man, it's really going to come down to whoever mixes it up more and switches levels with their attack. If Lauren just sticks to hands, if she just sticks to boxing like she did it and striking with her hands like she did against Andrea Lee, then I think JoJo will win. JoJo's going to be throwing that front kick like, that front kick she just flicks up like a jab. She just flicks it up and kicks you in the face. That's there. That's going to be there. But she's going to have to start moving her head more so she doesn't take these big shots. And y'all got to think, too, in the clinch, and you get in that tight clinch, those moments may more so favor JoJo because that's her style. She can fight in the clinch like that. Lauren is strong, though. Lauren is strong. Let me pull up this tail of the tape I got on my screen here. Yeah, Lauren's strong, but, I think JoJo is too. Jessica, I was in there trying to dog her out, and she paid the price. She got hit with some big punches. Like, JoJo don't mind trading. That's her thing. Like, she doesn't mind trading. She's got a good chin. She's throwing good punches. It's just her lack of defense and lack of switching it up. Oh man, yeah, okay. JoJo is 5'6", so she's actually the taller, the bigger one in this fight. I knew she was taller. I was like trying to find the right height here because one place had JoJo listed at like 5'5" or 5'4", but I was like, I know JoJo's taller than that. All right, so Calderwood, she's 5'6". She actually has the height advantage with the 65.5-inch reach, and Lauren has a longer reach. I can tell, yeah, 68-inch reach. She has a longer reach, but she's 1 inch shorter. Hold on, let me go back to the chat here quick. We're talking. I was just talking here about the fight, so let me go back. Let's see. Okay, where am I? Okay, Jason Rose said Valentina Shevchenko 5-on-1 fight night. 5 different fighters fight Valentina for 1 round each. Pay-per-view through the roof. 5 fights. So we're gonna do a bullet tournament. Dang. That's pretty bad though. Just to say that's the only way y'all can beat. That's pretty bad to say that's the only way you can beat her. You got to put everybody in there on one night to see if they can take her down. Just wear her down. I'd be like, man, she won't get through all of them perfectly. If she does all 5 rounds, a fighter. TJ said to give Valentina a good challenge, you probably need to have her fight at least 2 top challengers back to back on the same night. Man, y'all trying to push her now. Like, y'all are trying to find a way for her to lose, man. Like, or y'all just saying everybody else is not that skilled that she could do that. Either way, like, hey, y'all just need to step your game up. Y'all fighters need to step your game up, man. Like, trying to wear Valentina down if that's possible, and with this type of competition, right? Let's see, Valentina versus the 125-pound division. Mary said, I missed your feedback about Paul versus Mayweather, the live chat. Oh yeah, I talked about it. When did I talk about it? Monday. Yeah, I talked about it Monday. I like I said, Mary, I wasn't really mad about it. Like, I just didn't watch it. I didn't support it. But I don't think it's anything that's tearing boxing down. I think boxing is tearing itself down by not making fights. So I'm not really I really didn't go in on him. Like, I don't really just support Mayweather giving these YouTubers money. That was my main thing. But I didn't really say anything else about it. Like I said, I didn't watch it. That was the number one thing. I didn't watch it. Savage said JoJo needs to kick Lauren in those calves and knees and wear her down so she can put her on the ground and finish her, but it won't be easy. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. There you go, Savage. Yeah, break it down. So you can just break it down like that, man. That's what I want to hear, man. Yeah, like, that's possible. Like, JoJo throws more kicks. JoJo throws more kicks, and she's more versatile with her attack of striking, so I could see that happening. Robot Chicken said Valentina could probably beat the whole roster in one night. Yeah, she probably could. I mean, I'm not trying to disrespect these fighters, but hey, I'm just saying that's her level. That tells you what level she's on, man. Like, she probably could. You start with Jessica Andrade, and you see how much damage she took in the Jessica Andrade fight. She didn't take any damage. Boom, that's one out the way. Caitlin Chikagan didn't really cause any damage. That's another one out the way. Who is number whatever? You just go down the list. You just go down the list from there. If you get the toughest competition out of the way like that, boom. Valentina's pretty much on easy street when it comes to fighting everybody in top 5, top 10 in one night, right? TJ said, how do you step your game up against a fighter who's been active since she was 5 years old? You either got it or you don't. And 125 ain't got it, period. Well, TJ always states the obvious, like, the obvious, not the obvious, but like the obvious, come on, you know what I mean. TJ always makes me say, come on, man, you know what I'm talking about. Like, that's what TJ statements always say. Like, it always makes me say, come on, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When I say step your game up, you need to step your damn game up. You need to be in this division and work. Like, if 125 pounds ain't got it, then if that was the case, then you would get rid of the division, right? But no, you got to step your game up. If you want to get the gold and you want to get the strap one day, you got to step your game up. Like, there's no how to it. There's just do it. Study tapes and put your behind to work. That's all I'm saying. And it doesn't matter about the age. Like, just because she was in it for 5 years old, there's somebody out there that if you step your game up, you can do it. Like, there's fighters now that have probably been in it since 7 and 8 years old. They just need to change their ways of not be, they need to change their ways into being into a hungry fighter. Bungalow said Valentina's been fighting longer than some of these opponents have been alive. Right. But yeah, like I said, I've known people that have been in it forever, but sometimes they get burnt out. You know what I mean? But I think it just comes down to the challengers. Not taking it serious enough. Mary Thomas said you're right not to watch it though. It would have wasted your time. Yeah, I didn't watch it. I heard people lost their money on it anyway because they Showtime service was bad. Showtime service was bad that night, and it rained a lot. And I think the equipment got messed up, so people had to actually get refunds. So I was glad I'm glad. Shoot, I wasn't gonna pay for it, but I wasn't glad I wouldn't even waste my time streaming it. All right, I need to catch up here. I'm going a little slow with y'all while I'm reading these comments. Savage said this reminds me of those George Foreman freak shows when he would fight. Yeah, I remember that. He fought like in a tent, fought like 5 guys back to back. Shannon Briggs did that too, man. Yeah, we coming up with scenarios for her to lose. I'd rather just see her fight GDR. Just fight Jermaine Durandame and call it a day. Stop. We ain't gonna make no more side shows. We gonna make her fight Jermaine Durandame. That's like the biggest challenge we can come up with. Hang on. Okay, there we go. I was getting a little circle here, like it's loading. There we go. All right. All right. Mary says start off with a few easy fights like Andrade, Cachoeira. You work your way down. Start with the hard stuff, get them out the way, and then work your way down. Because actually, she came out untouched against Jessica and Caitlin. Oh, we acknowledged that way back, man. I've already acknowledged that way back. Um, Acknowledging that there's no one that can identify at 125 who can challenge her. I've already acknowledged that. I mean, when I say there's levels to this, like go back and look at some of my videos when I'm talking about Valentina. You'll see. I mean, we just got to go by the ranking system when it comes down to the ranking system, right? But we know that from number 1 down is a different level than the champion. I mean, there's Floyd Mayweather, then there's the other welterweights. It's the same deal. I've already well, yeah, I have. I've brought that up on my channel. Like I've already told you that after she destroyed so many fighters, you've already seen the level of competition. Like these girls can be competitive amongst themselves, but when it comes to Valentina, it's like there's this other level. We've already talked about that. Mary said start off. Oh, hold on, I read that. Jason Rose said Murphy's a big girl. She's at least 5'7", 5'8". Yeah, they got her listed at 5'6", 5'5", right? But she do look big, man. Like she do look taller than that. Like everywhere I look, they say she's 5'5", but I know JoJo is like 5'6", 5'7", because they've been listing her at that for years now. But Lauren's kind of changes. I mean, she's wide. Maybe it's just a wide presence that makes her look so tall. Oh. Mr. Lee said, just some perspective. Mike Tyson was 42-1 favorite when he lost his first fight to Buster Douglas. Nobody believed it would happen. Shevchenko can't lose his pot. Yeah, it's possible. Anything is possible. Like I said, people think Valentina walks on water, but no, she works hard at what she does. Like people look at it the wrong way. Like I respect the work ethic of the fighter. Like I'm not one of these fans that bow down like and say she's perfect. Like I said, no fighter is perfect. They can be great because they work so damn hard at it, but I'm not going to be one of these people that say this girl is invincible. She's not invincible. She can be broken. You just ain't got the right people to break it. That's where the respect comes in. Genesis said, first off, a 155 pounder is not going to knock out a heavyweight. Some people are damn dumb. What you talking about? Did I miss something in the chat? Did I miss something or something? Who are you talking about, Genesis? We talking about Clarissa? Fill me in. Hold on. I'm gonna keep going down here. Read the chat. Question. Who thinks Taylor and Manon Fiorot would be a challenge for Valentina Shevchenko? Who thinks they would? I think they'll be her. Let me see, how do I put this? I think they'll be contenders for her belt, but will they be a challenge? That's a different question. We have yet to see. If that makes sense, Jason. Like I said that before about, I forgot who I was talking about. I think they'll be challengers for the belt, but them being a challenge, I don't know. You know what I mean? They could get the title eliminator, but will they be a challenge? I don't know. I don't know yet. Like what we're saying after Saturday night, Lauren Murphy, JoJo, whoever wins will get a shot at the title, but will they be a challenge? No. We know that Valentina's levels above them, so we'll say no, right? But I think the possibility is there, but I don't know yet. I don't know. Bungalow said Valentina will have to be beaten in the octagon because she will never quit otherwise. It's her whole life, and she's got a whole, the golden ring. Val versus GDR is a reason to live right now. Right. The possibility of having that fight is the reason to live, Mary. Manon would be future trouble for the Bullet. Possibly. Yeah, possibly she could. Yeah, GDR be a threat, Robot Chickens. TJ said there's the GOAT, Nunes. Hey, I mean, yeah, you're not lying. I mean, yeah, Nunes is holding the spot down because she holds wins over her. So no matter how you try to slice it and dice it, Nunes did get 2 wins over her, and she is the number one. I mean, we can just say that. Not every fight's going to be dominant in a beatdown or a knockout. Some fights will be chess matches. Oh, Genesis, that crossed my mind. Yeah, Floyd versus Paul. Like, I wasn't even thinking. Yeah, I forgot Floyd came in at 155 pounds. My bad. I forgot. Like, I heard somebody said he was coming in heavy as hell, and he looked old as hell also. But, yeah, the dude was like a cruiserweight heavyweight, right? Yeah, heavyweight. Yeah, and yeah, he wasn't going to knock him out. And I don't think that was a knockout either, Genesis. Like, people said he knocked him out and held him. What did you think about that? Like, I thought he buzzed him, but I didn't think Floyd knocked him out and then held him up. I saw that little clip online people were talking about. I went back and looked because people were saying he knocked him out. I said, let me check that out. Hold on. Did he? Nah, he didn't. Marcus Bell got 1K on Lauren Murphy to win by KO in 2. That's a true fan right there. Dang, Marcus. I'm going to have to block Marcus for that. Which round will not tonight Nunes finish Pena? Oh, man. Genesis said I talked to Clarissa opponent the other day and gave her some advice. Oh, wow. Oh, Genesis, you wow. Dang. So I know that. Okay, so it's still me and Colton. Me and Colton are the only one picking Clarissa to win this fight. Bungalow said there's a recent ringside 4th row YouTube vid of Val Andrade, and you can hear the crowd chanting Valentina throughout the fight. You miss most of this on the UFC feed. Man, yeah, it was crazy how Val just dominated Andrade. I mean, like that level she took it to, that was like almost her easiest fight. She made that fight look easier than Jessica I. Oh, Genesis, you bad, Genesis, you bad. So like I said, me and Colton, I think Mary Thomas is picking Clarissa. I think there's only like three of us, but everybody picking Brittany Elkin. Well, there's a difference, like TJ said, right? Yeah, so everybody is picking Brittany Elkin, and everybody's going for Brittany Elkin. I'm going for Clarissa in this, man. I don't want to, I think she could do it, man. I'm gonna go with Clarissa in this fight. I mean, I know it's a different world of boxing, but I think she could pull out a win. But I ain't gonna lie, man. The road gonna be tougher from here, though. It's just gonna be tough. But let's see, Lauren Murphy versus JoJo in this fight. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna pick JoJo in this fight. Like I said, I think JoJo has more of an attack. I think Mary asked me to do a breakdown for this one. I'll probably do another video for it tomorrow or something. What advice did she give? Don't give that advice away yet. I don't think Genesis is gonna want to give that advice away, right? That you gave her. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I'll do like a breakdown of it because I want to go back and look at their fights. Lauren and JoJo here. I mean, I know everybody's saying, "Oh, this person gonna lose anyway to Valentina," but I think it's gonna be an interesting fight on their level. Do you Savage? Do you really? Everybody's always putting her down. So, do you really want JoJo to win? I think JoJo can win this fight. Like picking her, and like I said, thinking she'll win two different things. Like I think JoJo has a better attack, better ability to mix it up, and I think she's better in the clinch. So I think Lauren's gonna have to be really rough in this fight and take it to the ground and be physical. But I think JoJo's ground game has got a little bit better. She's been trying to take it to the ground. I mean, there's been some fights, yeah, she's been wanting to go to the ground. But this is a fight where I want to try to pick a winner in this one. I just want to see what they can do. So I'm going to go back and watch some fights of these two because I'm a fight nerd. And then I'll do a breakdown for it. Because, yeah, I think it was you, Mary. You asked me to do one. So I think I'll do one for this Lauren and JoJo fight tomorrow. Mary said, I mean, it shouldn't be dumb to think Floyd can knock someone out, much less skill than him. It shouldn't only be about size. Yeah, I can see that too, Mary. I mean, like, if you land the perfect punch on a big man, they will go down. Like, Tank Davis, here he's been knocking out some heavyweights. Tank Davis is like 135 pounds. 135-pound lightweight Tank Davis is knocking out big 200-pound men in sparring, or 200-pound men. I think it all comes down to just accuracy and if the chin is there. So I think the possibility for Floyd to knock him out would be there, but with the attack they were on, it's hard for Floyd to actually get off a shot like that because Floyd's got to worry about him swinging wild. Bungalow said the ringside vid is put out by Nico Lionheart YouTube channel. Looks like he's got every fight from UFC 61 kills. Okay, I'll check that out, Bungalow. Matter of fact, I like watching those fights from that angle sometime when you can kind of watch like either ringside or from the upside just to kind of see and hear the energy from the people. You know, it's kind of interesting sometimes. You get a good, I don't know, like a good look at the top sometimes. And you know, they don't have those heads in the way. Oh, let me turn that down. Oh wow, yeah, he got some videos up here, man. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out, Bungalow. Let me check that channel out. I'm gonna keep that to the side. Savage said, "No, I really want to see JoJo redeem herself." Okay. Yeah, yeah. I think JoJo's gonna win that. I think she will. Shoot. I'll probably get back on tomorrow night. We might have to get back on. Let me see. Should we get back on late night to talk about the Clarissa fight, or we'll do it before? Uh, or should I get on while the Clarissa fight goes on? I don't know. Hmm. Yeah, let me set this thing to the side. Nico Lionheart. Yeah, he got some fights up here. I think yeah, he got the whole card up here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at this angle of Rose and Zhang just to see how everybody reacted. But yeah, man, what else we got? This is pretty much the fight calendar for this week, right? Got Bellator 260, PFL 4 on Thursday, Invicta FC on Friday. Fights UFC 263. Got these two fights: Alexis and Pani, Lauren and JoJo. Mr. Lee. Yeah, she's 37. Yeah, Lauren Murphy is 37 years old. Like Nunez wouldn't want that payday, right? Because what? Daniel Wolf pays better. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, I just dropped the video too because we got Sarge and Priscilla Cachoeira fighting too. That's gonna be an interesting fight. You know, Sarge going back down to 125. That is crazy. Let's see how she holds up there, right? In July, yeah, July 24th. Let's see. Oh yeah, it was UFC 263 media day. I didn't even watch any of it. Colton said, does Miranda Maverick have a chance against Lauren Murphy? I think so. I think I think it's dangerous getting in on the inside. You know, I think it's dangerous staying on the outside with Lauren Murphy because she's taller and longer. You know, Lauren's probably got like a 3-4 inch reach advantage on Miranda. Miranda's only like 5'3", but I think if it goes to like wrestling, I think Miranda Maverick is pretty strong. So getting it to the ground would be her best bet. But I think she has a chance. Like, yeah, I think she would have a chance against Lauren Murphy. You know, you got to be rough and rugged to beat Lauren Murphy, and I think fighters like Sajar Eubank, they kind of laid out that blueprint to say, look, this is how you take her down and expose that defense. Yeah, I think she has a chance. Lolita, what? Oh wow. Lolita just got dry, huh? Jason Rose. Oh man, y'all crazy. Lolita said, "Will Sarge make weight?" I hope so. I hope so because she's making a big choice. She's making a big choice to move back down. She hasn't fought at 125 since what 2018. I said like 3 years. And I think that's gonna be tough, man. Like, yeah, I think it's gonna be a tough. I think making the weight's gonna be tougher than the actual fight, y'all. I think making the weight's gonna actually be actually gonna be tougher than the fight for Sarge, because I think Sarge, she can neutralize the power of Priscilla Cachoeira. Honestly, I think she can neutralize the power and take this fight to the ground. So the actual fight, I see Sarge winning. I can see her winning, but when it comes down to the weight, that's the problem right there. Because she was having trouble before making 125. So I wonder if this is the right thing. After 3 years of never fighting at flyweight, just staying at bantamweight, that's hard. And that's only a month away, July 24th, right? Yeah, about a month away. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I hope she can make the weight because I want to see this fight too. Like, I think it's gonna be a good fight, like just a good explosive fight. Cachoeira, she like to fight. Sarge, she'll come in there and fight too. I'm just ready to see Sarge take it to another level though. Like, I want to see her take it to the high level. For real. Oh yeah, and then we gotta talk about this too. Like, we'll probably talk about it tomorrow. But yeah, shout out to BJ. He had sent me the news that Manon Firo and Myra Buena Silva are gonna fight. Yeah, so that's gonna be good. That's gonna be a good match. He hit me up and sent me that, and I was actually gonna do a who's next talking about that. I was like, who's gonna be next for Manon and Myra Buena Silva? Who's gonna be next? Like, maybe Myra Buena Silva, Andrea Lee, or Montana De La Rosa, and boom, it turned out they put her in there. They scheduled it for September to be Myra Buena Silva. That's gonna be an interesting fight. Yeah, I gotta put this video up for that too. I just recorded it like before I got on here. That's gonna be an interesting fight. We'll maybe have to talk about that more tomorrow. Colt said, "How high are you on Manon striking?" If I had to rate her striking in the division compared to some of the other fighters, let's see, what would I rate her striking? If I gave it like a letter grade, let's see, I think I give Manon Firo striking a B plus. Probably like a B plus or a B. I think Manon Firo has very good striking. I like to see her be a little bit more accurate with a couple of the punches she throws out. I like to see her, pick her moments just to be a little bit more precise with her shots. Because I think, she's got heavy hands. She definitely showed it in the Tabitha Ricci fight that she can get you out of there. But I think there's still some polishing up to do there. But I give it a B plus. I give her striking a B plus. Like, that's how high I am on it. I think her striking could. I think it's definitely gonna be a problem for Myra Buena Silva. I think her striking will beat fighters like let's see, Montana, Jillian Robertson. I think her striking will beat Andrea Lee just because she has a better gas tank and she knows how to put punches together and keep it going. I think her attack is much more sharper than some of these top, let's say, top 10 fighters. Yeah, I think so. Like, I think her striking looks better than Caitlin Chikagian's. Like, Caitlin's just effective because she's real committed to that chaotic style. Like, and the fighters she's fighting don't know how to handle it. But I think Manon Fiorot, her striking is much more effective and it looks better. It's just much more. What's the word I'm looking for? It's just much more assertive. You know, she does damage. Like, yeah. So I think the more and more she continues to fight at this level and moves up, it'll get better and better. Like, I like her striking though. Have you forgotten about Buena Silva's last fight? What a stinker that was. Yeah, the Montana fight was okay. Like, it could have been better. I know it ended in a draw, but I wasn't like high on it. But her fight with Marina Moreau was good. She lost that fight, but it was just action. I'm leaning towards Marina. I'm leaning towards Manon Fiorot in this fight coming up though, with Buena Silva. Yeah, stamina. I like that pairing up. Cortez versus Aldridge. We were just talking about Tracy Cortez, right? Not too long ago. Tracy Cortez versus JJ Aldridge. That's a good fight. Robert Henry kept asking about JJ Aldridge, trying to put her in there with somebody. There you go. Tracy Cortez. That's a perfect pairing right there. Now, see, that's why I like when the UFC does nice matches like that. Fighters that need to prove themselves instead of making mismatches. I hate when they make those mismatches like Manon Fiorot versus Tabitha Ricci. Veronica Macedo versus Bea Malecki. Like two fighters way out of their league. Bungalow said, "Thank you, Dana, for saying that they'll try to only get fights where there are fans allowed. The fans in the building make a big difference in the excitement level of the event, big time." Yeah, they do make a big difference, Bungalow. Joanna's, she's milking that. She ain't coming back. She wasn't coming back while there were no fans. Lolita said, "What about Lemos Ruiz?" I'm leaning towards Lemos at the moment. Yeah, I think Lemos is just sharper and there's more dimensions to her. Fiorot's a fast striker. Jason Rose said, "I think she'll beat Buena Silva." The UFC found their new blue-eyed, blonde-haired girl in there, in with the new out with the old Holly Holm. Yeah, she's definitely. I could definitely see her striking being a problem, and she might be that one, but I don't know though, because she don't speak English, so sometimes it's hard to push that on Americans if they can't speak English. But yeah, off the look, that could be possibly that look they're looking for, or she could be the one they're looking for. Sorry. Y'all said Holly still got that hunger. Oh man, I like Holly, but I don't know, y'all. I really don't know. All right. Okay, hang on one second, y'all. Be right back. All right, back. Okay. All right, so Yeah, Lemos. I gotta look at. I gotta go with just an early look with what Lemos can do, man. Like Lemos is just. I think she's just really getting into her groove, and she's really looking sharp with her striking, like her footwork, her punches, her pressure. She's got a little bit more to her game, man. Like she's been looking good at this weight. She's really looking good at this weight. So let's see. She's 5'4", 65-inch reach. She knows how to use that reach too, that jab. Ruiz is 5 foot, 61-inch reach. So you can see a nice little striking clinic going on right there from Lemos. If she can keep that wrestler off of her, I think Lemos would be very, very effective, man. All right, let's see here. Yeah, Myra Buenasil was out with her back injury too, so we'll see how she looks coming back. Yeah, Montana been in there with some Brazilians, man. That's that's something I noticed too. She's been in there with some Brazilian fighters. Savage, I shouldn't presume / expect, but the notion of a non-Pharaoh being French and not speaking English at all is a little odd to me. Right? Yeah. Didn't Francis Ngannou move there? Didn't he move to France? And I mean, he speaks English pretty good. If Lemos moving up to 125, how do you think she would do against Firo or Valentina? I don't know. I don't know about that. Like, that's a tough call. Valentina, that's a different level from Firo, but I think that Manon Firo is a big, too big for Lemos right now. Like, I think her leg kicks and her strikes would be very, very difficult for Lemos to adjust to. That's a big call. I mean, that's a tough call. Yeah, stamina. Um, I am. Yeah, just a little bit. No, I ain't burned that. It's all good. It's done though. Mm. What y'all talking about? That rematch, huh? Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I was looking at something here. But that rematch, the Nunes Valentina rematch. I mean, the fight. Look, fight happened. It's over. Nunes won it. Um, I couldn't say that it was. Well, I actually do a round by round for that fight one day, man. We'll call it. We'll call it. See what we got. You know. Yeah, so we got some good fights coming up here. Even throughout June to July. I'm really looking forward to that Lemos Ruiz fight. That's a good style matchup, though. That'd be an interesting style matchup, man. Of course, I think that the striking of Lemos is going to be too much for Ruiz, but I think it'll be good. It'll be good for as long as the fight lasts. Yeah. What do y'all think though about Wei Lee though? Like, what do y'all think about Zhang Wei Lee? Like, where her mind is with this? After losing the title in such a quick, shocking fashion. Like, I haven't been hearing too many good things. Like, from what I'm hearing, I'm not sure if I'd want to see her in a rematch right away. With Rose Namajunas. Cause let's see. Yeah, I meant to talk about this. Well, I still will talk about it. It was a few days ago. I saw this interview where, Zhang Wei Li talked about feeling wronged after that stoppage. But I was like, yo, it wasn't a bad stoppage. I know the feeling that Wei Li probably felt. Like, you worked hard and boom, you got dropped and the fight got stopped and you were still kind of conscious enough to know what was going on, but you weren't conscious enough to defend yourself. So that's tough. But that's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. The best thing to do is kind of just go back and rework on some things. At this point, you really can't live in the past and say, if this happened, things would have been different. What if? Or if you try to make excuses, making excuses or saying what if, that's not going to make improvements. From here, you just got to go back and look at the tape, because I saw somebody put up a good video of Zhang Wei Li and the move that she does, and how Rose just really studied that and took advantage of it. That little shift she does with her hip, she did that in several fights. So Rose Namajunas said, look, we study that and we capitalize off of that. But who knew that it would be a first round knockout, right? Of course, well, Joanna said it would be a first round knockout, right? She called it. But yeah, it's just one of those situations where you have to kind of go back and say, look, this is what we did wrong. I mean, you can't really blame anybody at this point. You can't feel wronged. You just have to say, look, it was me. I made the mistake, because it was a mistake. Robot said Whaley is still hungry. I think she needs to work on defense. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think she's still hungry. I think she just needs to kind of move forward now. But yeah, if she improves on her defense, I think she'll be good to go. Like, and not be predictable, because what she did was predictable. Like, I watched this little clip somebody posted and of why Rose knocked her out, and I was like, wow, yeah, like that was it. Like, that was it. They set up the perfect move to knock her out, because she does the same little shift with her hips whenever she reacts off of a low kick coming. That was interesting. So I was like, yo, they really did study. So it come down to the fight. That and the lack of, keeping her hands up cost her the fight. But yeah, I think she'll be back. Lolita said Whaley versus Lemos. Oh, that would be interesting. Like, Lemos, definitely got better hands. Hold on. I think stream's running a little slow here. There we go. Yeah, she's got good hands though. Lemos has good hands. I think her striking is a little bit more polished too than Wei Lee. She could be effective. That would be a good fight. Inside would be the problem though for Lemos. I think the strength of Wei Lee. Savage says sometimes foreigners can speak English well enough but choose not to for whatever reason. Aldo speaks some English but interviews in native tongue. English can be hard to learn. Robert, it's a bigger ask for Brazilian to learn English though. It wasn't taught in schools to guys like out those age, not so much. France and England share a lot of history plus geographical proximity. Yeah. Bungalow said, how many fights have you seen where the judges got it wrong? I've seen plenty, and many people think they got it wrong on Val Nunes. I want to see Robot said, I want to see Marina versus Whaley. Yeah, that's a good fight too. Marina versus Whaley would be a good fight too. Like, there's really not a bad fight you can make in strawweight, in the strawweight division. You know, whenever you look at the top 10, like Marina versus Whaley would be nice. Whaley versus Mackenzie Dern would be a good fight. Marina versus Mackenzie Dern, that's a good fight. Matter of fact, I still got to drop this other video too. A few fights I want to see in the strawweight division before the end of the year that really have to happen. You know, I think they just need to happen. I'm going to try to do that video later. Savage said, was still in her hurt feelings when she made those statements. It sounds so bad that I didn't have the heart to make a video about it. She'll be all right. She needs to get back here. Yeah, like, it's not really, yeah, like, yeah, Stammer. I'm not Stammer, but yeah, Savage, it's not really worth it. Like, I understand where these fighters are coming from at some point. Like, I don't think she was really, like, bashing Rose in any ways, like, where you had to talk about her. It's more of a battle within herself. Like, it's just a battle within herself at this point. Like, you got to understand, like, how much pressure was on her. And you've seen it many a time. You know, fighters do that. You know, fighters, they'll try to play that blame game, but eventually they'll come back around and say, I need to work on this. Yeah, because it wasn't a lucky kick either. Like, that was not a lucky kick. So it wasn't a lucky kick, and it wasn't a premature stoppage either. But yeah, I think she'll be back though, definitely. I think with the right training and improvements, yeah. Yeah, stamina. Yes, strawweight division is probably the best division. You can't really make a bad fight 1 through 10. If you match the number 1 up with the number 9 or number 10, you still gonna get a good fight. Yeah, Robot, check it. Whaley versus anyone is a good fight. Like, Whaley versus Dern, Whaley versus Rodriguez is good. Whaley, Joanna too, all good fights, man. Like, taking Whaley out of the picture too is still good. Like, Mackenzie Dern versus Jan Zhaonan would be good. Carla versus Whaley, they're all good fights, man. Yeah, the strawweight division, yeah, it's one of the best divisions. I mean, I like where we're going with some of the flyweight division, but yeah, strawweight, nobody can compare to that. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah. I don't know. What do we got to watch that fight? Do we got to watch Valentina versus? Do we got to watch Nunes versus Shevchenko 2 again, man? Do we got to watch that one night and see who won the fight? Do we really have to watch that fight again? Yeah. So with Whaley, I just hope she gets it back together, man. I just hope she puts everything together and says, "Look, this is what we got to do. This is what I did wrong," and yeah, we'll go from there. But I think she need to take the back seat while Carla gets that rematch. Hmm. But yeah, man, we've been on here for like over 2 hours again, so I think I'm gonna get up out of here. Probably be back on tomorrow. And what time does PFL start tomorrow? Let me see. I'll get on here maybe around 6 tomorrow. or I might get on and we'll watch the fight together. Who knows? PFL 4. Yeah, Cole, and I do too, man. Like the heavier women, I would like to see fight more because then we would get more knockouts. Jason said the Whaley Zhang gang stretched gang may not be the same again. Dang. Jason, man. Jason put everybody on blast with that. He said, y'all done. He said, y'all gang ain't no nothing. Oh, 6:30. Okay, PFL 4 starts at 6:30, but I'm guessing that the main event's gonna be on there. Oh, okay. Dang. PFL 4. The main card starts at 10 p.m. on a Thursday, y'all. Dang. Well, yeah, we'll be on tomorrow. We'll talk tomorrow, but yeah, we're not gonna do a post. We're not gonna watch this fight round by round together. The Shields Elkin fight, man. I think at 10 o'clock at night, man. I don't feel like sitting up till 10 o'clock at night doing the main event. I'll watch it, but I'm not gonna watch it 10 o'clock at night. I'm gonna be laid down and watching it, chilling. Stammer said he did not watch that fight again. Dang. I know I would really be. It'd be like pulling teeth, man. I mean, if we sat down and watched it and analyzed that fight, I don't know if y'all would be able to survive it. Like, Will Savage said, I think you should do 1 and 2 on one of those long weekdays. Yeah, we'll see, man. Both of them. I might just do 2. I might do the rematch. I agree with Mr. Lisa. I agree with Stan, but I think everyone lost that Nunes Shevchenko fight. Everyone involved. I think. Let me see. Yeah, man. PFL 4 main card 10 p.m. Yeah, So I'll be on regular time tomorrow. We'll just talk about some other stuff going on, but yeah, we ain't doing that fight though. Marcus said they ain't 10 p.m. for that. I might not make it through those PFL cards. Right. Like I don't know because there's how many fights? Let me see how many fights is on the main. There's 4 fights on the main card, so you know that the main event's not gonna start till like 11:30 or 12. Yeah, that's Eastern. That's Eastern time. So yeah. Mm, 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 mm. Savage said, "Yeah, we got some good fights this weekend, man. Yeah, starting with Thursday, definitely got some good fights." Stammer said, "Watching the first fight will only bring out, but if it was 5 rounds, crew, ain't nobody got time for that." Right? Yeah, like 5 and 3 is 2 different fights. Like the 5 round fight is different from the 3 round fight. Like we know the pace changes, the mind frame changes, your rhythm changes, all of that. Val would have won if she hadn't lost. All right, good night. Yeah, go. Well, TJ's going to go Elkin. Well, good night, TJ. Yeah, I'm about to get up out of here myself, y'all. We've been on here a while. We, pretty much talked some good stuff today, and we talked about this Brittany Elkin and Clarissa Shields fight for a while, and it got some interesting, takes. I can't believe everybody is picking Elkin though. Well, I mean, I can. I mean, if you really know the sport and you hardcore fan, you are going to go for Elkin. Like, you feel like Elkin has more tools and the experience, right? But I mean, the casual fans off top, they will pick Clarissa. Off top, they will pick Clarissa. So I understand where y'all are coming from, definitely. Yes, for sure. But yeah, we'll be back on tomorrow, y'all, 7 p.m. And we will talk some more fights coming up this month. Yeah. All right, just shutting some stuff down here. All right. So yeah, man, about to get up out of here. I'll see y'all again at 7 p.m. tomorrow. Like always, Combo Breaker 99. Make sure y'all subscribe, and shout out to everybody in the chat. Good conversation. I am getting out of here. I got to eat. Peace.